that is not a good output. Hello everyone, welcome back, and today we're going to be testing the new released Grok 4.2 beta. Yeah, I've heard a lot of hype about it, and it was hyped as one of the models that could invest for you and win money, etc. And it was supposed to be one of the better models out there. But now we're just going to go ahead and test it out, see how well it does in reasoning and visualization mostly, because I can't really test investment criteria right now. On the website itself, it looks like if you pay for Super Grok, you're still getting the 4.1 fast and expert modes. So you won't be getting the 4.2 yet, but if you go to Open Router, you can go ahead and use that. It is a 2 million context window, and it's $2 per input token with $6 per million output token, as well as $5 per 1,000 web searches. That is pretty expensive, honestly. There's also a different version of this. If you go to models, there's something called Grok 4.2 multi-agent beta. I will not be testing it in this video because based on what I saw, it's like $1 per prompt. So we'll just test this one for now, and it's probably going to get expensive anyway. You can see that there is a cache read, but it's 20 cents. So it's in comparison with pretty much ChatGPT. Yeah, let me just check that. Yeah, ChatGPT is $2.50 and $15, so it is a bit cheaper than ChatGPT. So if it performs the same or on par, then it's a win. So we're just gonna go ahead and get started. This is one of the interesting ones. I don't know if this is a vision model or not. We're just gonna go ahead and see now if it is a vision model. Yes, it is a vision model. And so I didn't see a lot of reasoning there. We're just gonna go ahead and try this without reasoning, and then I'll turn on reasoning. So what I'm basically wanted to do is copy that image and make it out of code. And to visualize it, we go to SVG viewer, and that is not a good output. We're gonna go and apply the reasoning, and I don't know if I'm supposed to change something here. We can do like X high, honestly, at this point. So we're gonna go ahead and figure this out here. So it looks like it does not reveal its reasoning traces, and I did put it to X high. Okay, and it's done there. That is quite not a lot of code. I guess for comparison, here's the code output. This is local Qwen 3.5 397B A17B 8-bit. So it's quantized to 8 bits. I give it the same prompt. It output, it thought for a minute, and this is the image that it got out. In comparison, we got this from Grok. So unfortunately, that didn't go too well, unfortunately. We're gonna go and move on to the next test. Okay, for the next test, I was trying to get it to do the F1 Voxel benchmark, but it's having some issues. Maybe I'm in the wrong, maybe it's in the wrong, but basically, at least somebody already did this test, so I don't have to keep trying. Here's a representation of a Formula 1 car in voxel format, so as you can see. it did do it here, or somebody got it to, output some code. It does look like it's still in beta, so I don't know if there's some issues with that. I wasn't able to get it to output such clean code on my end. But I've been struggling with this model a bit. I'm going to go ahead and try another test. So far, it's basically very hard to get it to even do anything. It sounds like a very interesting model, but I don't know why it's not working out for me at the moment. So bear with me here. Okay, I'm just going to ask it to create a Pelican riding a bike. This is a very standard prompt, and it's probably somewhere in the data set already because basically everybody's tested this Pelican riding a bike. I will be surprised if it's not in the data sets, but we're just going to go ahead and see how good looking it can go ahead and create this. Remember, I am still using reasoning X high, so this should be relatively good. And based on the code, let's just go ahead and look at this. So, wait, hold on. Technical difficulties. Give me a second here. It output HTML code. I did not specify SVG code. That is on me. So we're just going to go ahead and paste it here. Okay, that is a Pelican riding a bike. It is missing a foot there. I will specify now to do it in SVG code. And hopefully, I don't know, we'll see. So there's really no difference between SVG code and HTML. It's just a wrapper. So this should produce something similarly coherent. Obviously, it's not on the same level as the DeepThink SVG code. But let's just go ahead and look at this. Okay. So based on this image, I would say, if I was going to rate it, I would say this is definitely not in the top 10 models at the moment. It does look like we have a Pelican here with the beacon and everything and the, bike, but it is not like top tier frontier model Pelican riding a bike. It doesn't look three-dimensional. There's no road, there are no rays in the sun, there are no clouds. It's basically the most basic thing you can get from this model, and I think I'm going to conclude it there. Based on using this model just for a bit, I can see that it is going to output just the least amount of code necessary to satisfy the user, and that means it's probably not only tuned to be very greedy or very if you look at the temperature, close to zero temperature by default. It might also be kind of lazy, whereas other models will try to style on you and output as much code as possible, to make it pretty. This model just tries to get out there, say whatever it needs to say, and tell you to get lost, basically, is what I feel like this model is doing. For all the testing that I've been doing so far, and it's not like I don't like Grok. I really like 4.1 fast. That was one of the best models I've used at that point, and it was really good at searching. It would answer you quickly. This one looks like it's very curt, and I don't know. I'm getting the feeling that it just like outputs something, and that's it. And sometimes, especially with these prompts where it says it doesn't want to be benchmarked, it doesn't want to generate the JSON. It feels like it just doesn't want to output or talk to us. It could be in beta mode, and you never know. It does say beta right there, so I guess maybe they'll fix it eventually, but so far I didn't get the best impression from this model so far. And thank you for watching. Hopefully you guys comment below and let me know if you got Grok 4.2 to do anything awesome, or if you've used the agent models, and what is it good at. As you can see, for 3D dimensional objects or even SVGs, it is probably not your go-to to try and get any sort of art done or any kind of SVGs for HTML. So yeah, go ahead and leave a comment. Let me know what you're using Grok 4.2 for. Thank you, and see you in the next one.